Janice, are you there?
At your service, sir.
Enter the manosphere.
Of course. How can I assist you today?
Give me some of that dating foolishness.
Will do, sir.
This is what frustrates me about modern dating. And you used the word ick before, so I know you're familiar with it. But the ick has become this trend
Only because of her.
Oh, you know about it from her. Okay,
She says ick to me.
So for people listening who haven't heard of it, the ick is this new trendy word that basically means the reason why all of a sudden you're not interested in someone.
Welcome to Manosphere Highlights Daily. Shout out to Mr. Hall for this video. This is his message. MHD, this is a long one, but a very good one. Harvard behavioral expert turned dating coach does a long interview on Diary of a CEO, discussing all of the things. There's a highlight in the beginning, but I know you'd like to dive deep, so I recommend watching every second. Mr. Hall, we appreciate your request for a video topic. Salute! We'd like to give a shout out to Diary of a CEO for his insightful interview with dating coach Logan Ury. The interview is almost 2 hours long, but it's truly worth watching. You can find the link in the description. Now, before we get into this, let's take a moment to introduce this dating coach.
I am a behavioral scientist turned dating coach. I work with people one-on-one to help them find love. I also work as Hinge's director of relationship science. So I conduct research and really try to understand what's happening with dating, people who are finding success on Hinge, what are they doing differently. I also teach dating classes, and I wrote this book, How to Not Die Alone.
During the interview, they covered a wide range of topics related to modern dating. In our video, we'll focus on several key insights that are crucial for men to navigate and protect themselves in today's complex dating culture. Let's talk about it. Now it's time for us to get into this and do what we gotta do. Because we men, ain't we? We men, ain't we?
People are really struggling. If you think about the history of dating, it's actually pretty new, right? So for most of human history, you had an arranged marriage from, let's say, your piece of land was next to somebody else's piece of land, so your dads wanted to combine the land, so you were married to the person next door. Or there was a matchmaker who made the arrangement. So modern dating as we know it only started around 1890. This is very new in the span of human history. And then you have dating apps, which only started in earnest around 10 years ago. And so the way that we're dating now is actually really new. And so when people are struggling with it, I understand. We were not designed to date this way, or we don't have tons of experience. And so we were born knowing how to love, but we're not born knowing how to date. And so I'm out there trying to teach people how to date.
This is essential, guys. It's crucial for men to grasp that we're living in different times. Clinging to old school dating concepts won't serve you well in today's society. To thrive in modern dating, you must shift your mindset, as the traditional approach is increasingly challenging in today's world. Long-lasting marriages with high school sweethearts are becoming less common. The data and statistics are not working in your favor. The dating coach emphasizes her role in teaching people how to date effectively, a point she repeatedly highlights in the interview. This is a critical aspect of why modern dating sucks. Check this out.
And so some of the work that I do is train people to look for secure partners. And so things like, are they consistent? Do they not play games? Are they clear about their interest in you? And so we actually have to understand that securely attached partners are the heroes of the relationship world, and they're great to be in relationships with. They have healthier relationships, and you have to train yourself to go for that and to break out of this anxious avoidant loop.
You see, this is exactly what we highlight in our video called Why Men Don't Approach Women Anymore. Because in the past, this training often began at home and was reinforced by society, with traditional gender roles playing a significant role. However, in modern society, the education and training in dating differ significantly from traditional values. This shift contributes to the confusion that many men and women experience when dating. Especially for men, because traditionalism is still expected of men as long as it benefits women. So the training aspect is not as easy as it sounds, primarily because changing old habits takes time, and individuals also have to navigate the influence of society and culture in their dating journey. That's why things will only get worse until something catastrophic happens. Now, we're gonna let her talk for almost 3.5 minutes about the ick.
This is what frustrates me about modern dating. And you used the word ick before, so I know you're familiar with it, but the ick has become this trend
Only
where,
because of her.
oh, you know about it from her. Okay,
She says ick to me.
So for people listening who haven't heard of it, the ick is this new trendy word that basically means the reason why all of a sudden you're not interested in someone. And so my friend is the comedian Jared Freed, and he does hilarious bits about this. And so he travels around the country asking women for their icks. And one of them is, you're having an amazing date, you want to go home with the guy, it's time to pay the bill, you pull out your wallet and you hear, shh, he has a Velcro wallet. The ick, you're not sleeping with him. And he has these hilarious bits. One woman told him, my ick was that I was on a date with the guy and I imagined him being late for his bus and running for the bus, and I could never be with him. And Jared's like, to be clear, there was no bus and there was no running. And she's like, I just imagined it. And that's what's, the ick is hilarious. When Jared does it, it's hilarious. You're laughing at it. But I'm also like, you know what? I think we should get over the ick, because the ick is just an excuse to not get close to someone. And I found in my work that people often confuse pet peeves for deal breakers. So a pet peeve is something that annoys you. Maybe it's the Velcro wallet, but you could get over it. A deal breaker is a fundamental incompatibility, right? I have asthma and you're a smoker. This isn't going to work. And so when all these people are confusing pet peeves for deal breakers,
Sorry, it's the Velcro wallet.
it's so funny because you feel it. You're like, yes, that's not sexy. Get a new wallet. But it doesn't mean you couldn't be with that person.
Now you've said it, though, there's going to be a lot of people that go on dates and that is going to be the deal breaker.
Yes, or maybe we're saving relationships. Maybe people are going to get rid of those Velcro wallets and actually get laid more.
What is it about a Velcro wallet, though? That
I think it feels very high school. Yeah. What do you think? Like,
that's exactly. I had one when I was 12.
Right. Like when you think of the CEOs that you admire, you're not like Jeff Bezos is pulling out his Velcro wallet. Like this guy, maybe he doesn't even have a wallet, but you know what I mean? And it's just this thing where it's like, because you have this one thing wrong with you, I can't be with you, instead of being reasonable, which is, I can buy you a new fucking wallet. If we date, this is a fixable problem. But because people get positive feedback for these stories, right? Like you have the date with Velcro wallet guy, you don't sleep with him. Sunday morning, you go to brunch with your friends, you get all the social capital for telling the story. And now we're having that on a massive scale with TikTok. How many people are getting a lot of positive feedback and shares for these these dating horror stories? And so what ends up happening is it's datertainment. You're dating for entertainment, which I love dating stories. This is probably one of the reasons I do the work I do, is because I love Sunday brunches about dating. That's the Sex and the City empire. But if you're dating for the funny story and you're not dating for connection, you're not going to hit your goals. And so, yes, the Velcro wallet isn't sexy. I'm not saying it is, but get over it.
We all know she's talking about women here. When is the last time you heard a guy say he didn't want to because his date's purse didn't match her shoes? This is why we talk to men on this channel, because a lot of these dates are at the expense of men. Foodie calls. Now it's TikTok content. The Cheesecake Factory girl immediately went live to share her experience with the sisterhood, just to have it explode in her face. That's how social media driven modern dating is. Sex and the City was all about making men look like buffoons. And because women have an abundance of men trying to date them, women think it's okay to take advantage of these men and take these dates for granted. This is where this entitled attitude is coming from, until the wall knocks them into oblivion. Then the question is, Where did all the men go?
Yeah. Well,
That's
I mean,
her-
going back to our theme of the anxious avoidant loop, and she's drawn to this avoidant person. And when they're unavailable, she loves the chase. And how can I convince them? I don't know if she's found love since, but I feel like growth for her will look like choosing somebody who's available and retraining her brain to see their availability as sexy and interesting and correlated with relationship success, which is going to feel different than how dating has been, which is she's been going after people who are not available.
Manosphere, we working. Protect yourself at all times. This video has officially been highlighted.